Hendry, who is the Sustainable Initiatives Coordinator at Limestone District School Board and the Public Education and Promotions Coordinator at Sustainable Kingston, which is an incentive by the city to make Kingston Canada's most sustainable city. And to achieve this vision, Daniel is going to help talk about how Queen's students can contribute to the sustainability plan. So can you tell us a little bit about the plan as a whole?
Ultimately, Kingston, years ago, the city of Kingston and the community started developing a community sustainability plan. So again, the community helped, or the city helped lead it, and there were extensive amounts of different consultations and charrettes. With these plans, you want to get people's opinion, because they're different, right? Vancouver is going to be different than Inverary or Kingston or wherever. I mean, we all have different issues. I mean, ultimately there's big things with energy and water and transportation and cultural and social aspects. Across the board, there's similarities. But each one can be different too, depending on where it is, right? So again, it's a big picture. So about 5 years ago, the development of this plan started. Again, it took all this time, and it was through a voluntary city committee system. So volunteers from the community came together monthly and helped kind of coach and steer this plan. And again, going out to the community quite a bit. That's where it stands now. It was developed, and actually for the past year, myself working with the city or for the city have been kind of keeping it off the shelf. Because ultimately this is not just the city's plan as in the city of Kingston.
Right.
It's the community's plan. Right now there are 68 community organizations to the plan, with the city of Kingston being one of them. Not that it's not important, the city is definitely a major stake in this, but at the same time it's proven, and more of these plans that have been progressing quickly, it's when there's engagement and people can contribute and less bureaucracy, let's say. So at the end of the day, the City of Kingston's one of the partners, one of 68, and help lead and drive the process with the community. And it's actually quite exciting because within the next couple months, not-for-profit corporation driven by the community will be kind of unleashed, let's say, if that makes sense. So again, it's taken a long time to make, build, get input. It's been implemented in the part-time, in the interim, by the city and helping with myself. And now it's to the point, it's going to be out there. I mean, it's ready to go.
Yeah. Alrighty, so we talked a bit about the background. So what exactly are the goals of the project itself, though? What do you aim to do in the long run?
Within the community, again, we'll talk about the structure of the plan a bit. It was decided that there are 4 pillars in regards to sustainability. The cultural pillar, the social pillar, the economic pillar, and the environmental pillar. So kind of trying to weigh out, how the relationships between them. So in the process of developing the plan within the community, there were these 4 pillars, and within the pillars there are themes. So for example, it was very clear that within the environmental pillar, energy, air, and climate change was a major issue or area where we could focus on, because there are a lot of goals, right? Solid waste, right? Whereas in the social aspect, there could have been education and learning as a theme, or health and wellness, for example. These are just examples. If you check it out online, you can see the extent of it. In the economic pillar, community economic development, or agriculture, or tourism. So it's divided in these kind of 4 pillars, let's say. Each pillar has different themes, and under each theme, there are goals and direction and measurables, indicators, right?
How did you personally get involved in the project, and what sparked your interest in this particular project?
Really, I don't know. For me, it's just kind of, I guess a bit about with my background. I did a business degree, and in that business degree, it was in Victoria, British Columbia, and there was a course on sustainable business, and it really piqued my interest because I started to kind of realize things, like a finite bubble we live in, and this is like, what I've been given, at least with my education. That's what I know, So, I think I learned it in grade 4. Or maybe grade 2, I don't know, but I thought, wow, and then I started clicking, and actually from that I learned about a program in Sweden. It's a Master's in Strategic Leadership towards Sustainability, and I went to Sweden for a year and I studied that. My family's from the area, so when I came back after several years, I just thought, I want to be part of it,
That's great. And I'm just wondering a little bit, if you could tell us a bit about how Queen's students can contribute to the sustainability plan, if you want to talk a little bit about that, because I'm sure a lot of people are interested.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, I'm no different than you, and you no different than me in the way that, I mean, we all have our computers, we have our networks, we have an influx of massive amounts of information. We all have passions, and there's a lot of people with passions telling us different things, right? You see advertisements and media, and TVs and billboards, and on the internet, every click can go somewhere, right? So I know this is just another one of these clicks, but at the end of the day, I think action. Action is, you know, in my opinion, opinions, yeah, they matter, right? Yeah, we all have them. But we can have them and sit and do nothing. Not that that's always bad, but action. So however people can contribute with that, you know, whether it's taking the extra small steps, there are a massive amount of groups around campus, right? There's the Queen's AMS that have sustainability programs. They're within housing and within residency, there are different sustainability groups, if that's what you're interested in. Regardless, whatever you're interested in, I think getting, you know, kind of looking around campus to see what exists already. And either contributing, and if something doesn't exist, starting something up. And what's your interest and what are you studying and what can you take away with it too, right? What can you contribute? Are you an engineer? You know, there's the Queen Solar Design Team that they're, you know, I've worked with them and I'm really supportive of them. And if you don't know about them, check them out because there are great groups already on campus with great students doing things that need support. So if it's not the Kingston community as a greater, I think just the Queen's community itself supporting what's already in existence, knowing what's in existence and taking the time to ask questions. You know, just get involved, I think, is a great thing to help with both Sustainable Kingston. I mean, you can check out what's happening in the community and also within the Queen's community, really.
Is there anything else that you would like to add in terms of tips, maybe a little bit about the project, or anything you want to say to Queen students?
So if anything for Queen students, first thing, check out what's already happening in your community, because I guarantee you, there are great people doing great things right now within Queens. And then beyond that, take the step to check out Sustainable Kingston, learn a bit about it, you know, and to see maybe if you're working for an organization or there's an organization you're a part of, if maybe to sign on as a community partner, it's free. We just want to see what's happening. We're building that baseline of what is happening in Kingston before we go out and say necessarily, you know, the things that need to be done. They're still getting done, but we want to see the good things that are happening to build upon it.
So where can we find more information about Sustainable Kingston?
It's really easy. I mean, there's a great website, so it's www.sustainablekingston.ca. You can download actually a version of the plan that has been developed. And I want to point out one quick thing about the plan too. Again, it's not set in stone because things change, right? So it's up for review on, you know, with the community and this organization, I think every 2 or 3 years to reassess. Maybe some things aren't good, some indicators don't work. We need to address certain areas within the community. The plan hopefully will help with that. So yeah, check it out, sustainablekingston.ca, and yeah.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.